Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalia and you're watching WildTarot. These are the cards that we have for today. We're using the Cat Wisdom Oracle. Honestly, these cards are super cool. They're like a really beautiful blue, and then look at this yellow on the side of the cards. Really beautiful. So the question that we're asking today is, what is holding you back? We're revealing what is currently holding you back from, let's say, your highest potential, your best life, what's keeping you from that very next step. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. I'll see you guys in your reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 1. You chose the very first card, and it says, live it up, your invitation to a party, or to a purr party. Nice. Looks like a party invitation. We're going to leave this right here. Let me make sure it stays in our... yep, that works. All right. All right, pile number 1. Looks like we have some messages for you today. I currently have a candle going, and the flame is huge. Just huge. Really on fire. So the question that we're asking today is, we're revealing what is currently holding you back. Just gonna get my notebook so that I can take a few notes. See if I gotta write something in the description for you. I did get the movie Tangle, so maybe that's a movie that might mean something to you. Perhaps a favorite movie, or a movie of someone that of interest to you, or something like that. Sorry, this is Florida water, just cleansing the table. All right. So let's ask Spirit. Really connect with Spirit. Spirit, please help me get the messages to pile number 1. Direct messages. Help me be able to communicate these messages to pile number 1. Alright, I'm just going to shuffle your cards really quick. Alright, pile number 1. What is currently holding you back? Spirit, what is currently holding back pile number 1? These came out pretty fast. Oh, I didn't even see the King of Cups in the bottom. Interesting. 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands with the King of Cups underneath. That feels pretty significant to me. I usually never miss something like that. So we're going to leave it right behind the 2 of Wands. And 6 of Wands. So what is currently holding you back, pile number 1? Just give me a moment to really get into your energy. Interesting. Okay, let me make sure. Just make sure I'm recording. That happens way too many times. First, we're gonna do an energy check-in with your oracle card that you chose, and if it resonates with you, or there's something in there that might feel like you, then this is your pile, and then we'll continue on with the message. Live it up. The meaning of this card is an invitation to enjoy yourself fully. Forget all the shame, prejudices, and excuses, and surrender yourself to desire. Find what gives you immense pleasure and go after it. Catitude. Kittens that are just 1 week old emit soft purring sounds while nursing from their mother's milk. This gentle purring serves as reassuring signal to their mother, indicating that her little ones are content and receiving the nourishment they require for healthy development. In contrast, adult cats purr for various reasons, primarily as a sign of pleasure and comfort, demonstrating their satisfaction in a friendly and secure environment. However, it's important to note that purring is not an exclusive sign of happiness. Adults' cat may also purr when they are in pain or feel unwell. The act of purring providing a soothing effect that helps them cope with discomfort and stress. This duality of purring showcases both its uh, communicative and potentially therapeutic roles in a cat's life. Very, very interesting. So, communication is a huge one for me, for you guys, this pile. It says, live it up, your invitation to a purr party. So, now that we know that purring can be used as a way to not only communicate pleasure, it can be used as a way to communicate pain. Honestly, the message that I'm getting here is some kind of excess. Um, it's important to have a balance of all things, and our balance with things can be different from one person to the other. Our balance, our individual balance with anything, is what makes us unique, our situations unique. And I think here is something, it could be maybe going out partying too much, or maybe communicating with too many people, not really like allowing your energy to be used for yourself. It sounds like an excess sort of situation. If that is something that resonates with you, then let's take a look at what is currently holding you back. So with the Six of Pentacles, we're talking about balance again, reciprocity, give and take, being and doing. So I'm getting a little lightheaded right now, like as if I hadn't had like a good meal, like I hadn't been eating properly, or I haven't been drinking enough water, which I have. So I'm just gonna take a sip right now. Maybe that's a reminder for you to also take a sip of water. Please hydrate your body. Oh my God, that sound was crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. What is currently holding you back? We're talking about something we don't know. I don't think for everybody it's going to be the same thing as like, oh, partying too much, perhaps consuming something in excess. But it is a kind of behavior that could be used to showcase something good and something healthy and connection and love and comfort. This same thing, the same action that you are indulging in is now holding you back, because you have now switched the pendulum all the way to the other extreme, where now it's harmful and kind of holding you back, keeping you stuck and confused. Whoa, there's some ice in my sink and it just melted, so it just fell through several dishes that I haven't done, to be completely honest with you. I just came back from a trip, so that's pretty interesting to me. That was a pretty loud sound, a pretty isolated sound. Maybe you're trying to communicate with people about something specific in your life. With the Two of Wands, it looks like you're trying to make a decision, trying to see which route to go. I don't think it's like a right and wrong, and I don't think it's like an excess to where now there is nothing. I don't think that that's where we're at. It has to do with like an emotional decision. You're trying to make it from the logical mind, and it looks like that's not really going to work this time. By this time, I don't mean that your usual tactics are no longer like relevant or no longer powerful or no longer good at their job, let's say, and now you have to like update your software. What I'm saying is that you are trying to figure out an answer through the logical mind, when this is not a logical question at all. The question is more rooted in your emotions. Like, your emotions are the ones that, the emotional body is going to be the one to maybe help you figure out the next answer to that question. Perhaps not the entire answer, but the next clue for sure. Victory is assured for you. It looks like you're heading somewhere where there's going to be public recognition. You're going to see that victory of, I have achieved something, and you have achieved something to the point that others take notice. Perhaps it's not that you are outwardly telling the world, look at what I've done, but it's just the progress and the work that it took from you was something that others might be currently being inspired through. Your whatever steps you take here, whatever steps you have been trying to take and will take in the future, look like they will be inspiring others to feel like this is something that is possible. Perhaps they didn't really think that it was something that was possible, not just for you, but for themselves, for the world. And you are kind of showing the very real steps and very real struggles of what a human being looks like, trying to make sense of a world that really tries to shut you out and keep you down sometimes. So it looks like you, whatever it is that you're trying to balance right now, is something that is very needed to be shown. I'm not saying show people how you're doing this. I'm just saying that it will be a very real change and a very outward change in your life that many others will be able to recognize, applaud you for, and will be able to then feel inspired to change some of the actions or take some steps to reach their goals, their dreams, and reach their victory, their individual victory. I do think that this specific action that needs to be balanced, it's going to be different for everybody. I don't think it's the same thing for all, but let's see if we can find out a little bit more about this thing that needs balancing. Spirit, what is this form of communication, or what is this thing that needs to be brought back to into balance? Knight of Wands, impulsivity. Three of Wands with direction. Okay. So with the Knight of Wands, what I'm getting is more like kind of taking steps without thinking them all the way through. And again, I do think this is something that has kind of worked for you before. Really taking your inner fire and just kind of rolling with it, because I think it really has paid off in your life. It really has brought you some beautiful things in your life. With the Three of Wands, having that clear direction right underneath the Two of Wands, it's you really are stuck between these two things. It's like this decision that you've got to make, and you're trying to make it logically, perhaps because you have taken some actions in the past impulsively through your inner fire, through your passion and desires. And again, it's something that now didn't really work out this time, but previously it had. Are you able to like kind of deal with the damage? But this time it just didn't work out that way, because you are supposed to incorporate your emotional body into this decision. There is passion, and that is an emotion, and there's your inner fire. But if when you're able to combine it with a very true and raw emotion of your heart, the sensitive and vulnerable parts of you, that it's kind of like bringing your fire and combining it with like an ocean, right? So before you take this fire and you really run with it, and you take charge and you're brave, and it's almost like you're wearing like an armor, and you know that it's going to be falling off as you're trying to barrel your way through like a challenge, and you just hope that your body can take that hit, because you're brave enough to go through it, fast enough to quick enough to take that action, and fast enough to get through it. But it looks like here something slowed you down, so you're kind of reevaluating how to get to the point of achievement, how to make that decision, and then have clear, concise direction. I think if you incorporate your emotional body, your body is actually telling you through the anger, sadness, and maybe perhaps some resentment, perhaps some loss, grief, love. Try to sit with some of the emotions that are coming up. Perhaps grab my throat is closing up as if like maybe it's something that it's hard to talk about. So try to grab like a journal and just kind of ask yourself, what emotion am I not allowing myself to fully feel or heal through? What emotion am I not paying attention to right now? What is my emotional body trying to tell me perhaps about this? If we're talking about an excess of perhaps alcohol or other substances, or an indulgence to a point of passing that meter of your personal meter of balanced and now harmful, it looks like it might be something that you do really out of like a passionate or desire, or more of like a fun time, something fiery, something kind of in the moment. Perhaps it's like drinking socially, or going out to party, or hanging out with people, just to kind of reclaim that inner fire of yours. And that's not bad at all. It's good for us we're social beings, so it's good for us to connect with other people. We're supposed to be connecting with other people. Matter of fact, there should be a balance though, and everybody's scale is different. But I do think perhaps there's some emotion or something that you are like keeping hidden from yourself, so that you don't really have to deal with it. You don't really have to dive into it. There's an emotion there in the deepness of you that needs to be explored, and you will find that balance. And it looks like this is kind of like the silent pool of what this excess behavior is. So I think you're thinking that you're like this impulsive person that like just wants to have fun and is just there for a good time, and you really are trying to just relax. But I think whatever behavior that you're indulging in has an emotional background, and that's what's pulling you. It's not this impulsivity. It's this emotional need. This need is coming from an unseen emotion by you. Perhaps my next video will be something regarding what emotion is holding you back or something like that, so that we can really dive into something like this. Maybe I can use my remote viewing to try to see some individual cases. Don't feel like you'll get lost in your emotions. Ground yourself beforehand if that's something that you are, if that's something that holds you back from diving into yourself. A way to ground yourself, a great way to ground yourself would be like a grounding meditation. I use the grounding and protection meditation from Happy Souls 1111 here on YouTube. You can also put your feet firmly on the ground and just kind of allow that like actual Mother Earth to soles of your feet kind of touch, and perhaps be there for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. If you can meditate outside, great. Keeping plants inside is a good way of like trying to stay grounded. Remind yourself of like schedules really keeping you in this realm, this life, this earth. Definitely ground yourself and then dive into yourself, because there is value inside. They say that as above, so below, and as outside, so within. So if there is this vast ocean full of wonders, and probably mermaids and fairy tales and wonderful creatures that we've never seen, and a lot of magic, there is so much of that inside you as well, inside your emotions. So there is some secrets in there for you, perhaps some gifts in there for you, and it looks like diving in, really taking this time for yourself, not worrying, because if you're engaging in like communicating to people, like trying to get this information, whatever this information is, if you're trying to get it from others, it doesn't really look like it's gonna work that way unless they're able to trigger this emotion out of you, and that's when you can catch it, like why this is triggering you, like use it as like data. Try to look within. That might be the easiest way to do it. Journaling, or if you do have like a karmic person in your life or something that keeps triggering a specific emotion, dive into that emotion. That emotion is data, is telling you something. Look at it like if you were a computer, and there's like when you try to open this, or like if you, like on your phone, if you try to open this app and it just crashes, right? What does it need? Oh, it probably just needs to be updated. So you just go to the settings, update it, and then, you know, it's taken care of, and you can use the app the way that it was intended. But right now, there's something you're not seeing, an emotion you're not, it's not like conscious to you, or perhaps it is and you're avoiding it, but that's the emotion, that's the feeling, that's the thing that's holding you back from the direction, from being clear of where you're going. It's not because you're impulsive. It's not, you're not doing this because you're impulsive and fiery and all you care about is partying. It's not that. It's not that. It's coming from somewhere else. This is an emotion of yours that you're not seeing, that is keeping you from finding out what direction you're trying to go. And once you figure this out, you will see that victory that you're looking for. And I don't think you're looking for like all this recognition from other people. I don't think you really care much about that, but it is the recognition of self, that you're putting in the work in the right places. You're not shaming yourself for being a fiery individual, perhaps an impulsive individual. Like you really have like a lot of fire. My candle burned so quick, it was crazy, but it was beautiful. I loved watching it. I loved the warmth it brought. So don't shame yourself for being this fiery individual that likes being around people, do find your balance. Do find what is like, it's almost like this King of Cups, this emotion, this big, big, big emotion is hiding, or like perhaps you subconsciously hid it behind a shame so that it will take you a little longer to find it, and you can kind of do some close your eyes and pretend it's not there because it's hidden behind something you can shame yourself for, but it really is just holding you back. There's nothing wrong with the way that you are. It's always important for us to take a second and analyze what behaviors are out of balance, and without comparing ourselves to other people, just take a second and analyze your emotions. That's the body that you're, if we have 5 bodies, that's the body that you have. And by 5 bodies, I mean the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body, energetical body. This is like the soul, the spirit. Take a look at that specific body, and that's where you're gonna find your answer. All right, pile number 1. Let me get you guidance, an oracle card from Spirit, and a magical message from the universe, and then I'll send you on your way to perhaps take some time to journal and find out what your heart wants to tell you. Spirit, can I have a closing message, some guidance for pile number 1, please, Spirit? I have guidance for pile number 1, Spirit. Definitely go out into nature. I really do think that's where you'll find some peace. Do you know how balanced the ocean is? Sometimes miracles, that's beautiful. Sometimes the ocean has high tides, sometimes it has low tides, and that is balance. The waves crash really hard sometimes, and sometimes they're really small waves, and that is balance. All right. I would love to see this in person, and I will. Hoping this next year's the day. It's the year. All right. We are visiting Iceland, and it's clear to see. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay. It's clear to see why it's called the land of fire and ice. Wow, 2 extremes. The active volcanoes here are tempered by ice and snow. We arrive on a moonless winter night, bundled in thick coats to cut the chill of the frosty air. As we look up, we see a vivid canopy of stars across the dark sky. How beautiful. Then, slowly at first, blue, green, violet, and white shimmering lights ripple across the horizon. It feels like miracles are afoot. That's your 6 of Wands right there. Magic and mystery have long been associated with these northern lights, known as the Aurora Borealis. Some Native Americans and Alaskan Inuits believe the wispy curtain-like lights are souls of the dead dancing in the heavens. In the southern hemisphere, the lights are known as the Aurora Australis. Ancient Maori people, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that, I apologize, of New Zealand believe these great torches in the sky were lit by ancestors. South Australian Aborigines, refer to them as campfires of spirits in the land of the dead. Scientifically, the lights are caused by energetically charged particles from the sun striking Earth's magnetic field, thus creating a vivid tapestry of multicolored lights. Spiritually, the aurora symbolizes all that is magical, mystical, and unknown. It can signify that miracles are around the corner. Your message is: be open to miracles that are waiting for you. Release your doubt and wait and watch for them. Know that you do not have to do it all yourself. It's important that you don't limit the way that miracles can appear in your life by trying to control the flow or by having expectations. Be open to allowing the Creator to resolve challenges for you in mysterious and amazing ways. When they arrive, allow immense gratitude to fill your heart, even if they don't come in the form you expected. I just want to say this because I just got this message. Perhaps you want to start looking into some like fairy tale style movies, like the Cinderella, the Brandy version, where they say that like miracles or impossible things are happening all the time. That one really does kind of change, rewires the way that your brain thinks, that impossible things are happening all of the time. Miracles are happening all of the time. Where was I? Be open to allowing the Creator to resolve challenges for you in mysterious and amazing ways. When they arrive, allow immense gratitude to fill your heart, even if they don't come in the form that you expected. Be open to celebrating each one, no matter how small. Success begs success. Noticing the small wonders will allow great gifts from Spirit to expand in your life. Hold the thought in your heart that your life is a miracle, and indeed it is and will be. That's beautiful, pal number one. You will get here. You're not alone in this. You don't have to do it all on your own. Spirit is definitely there helping you out, figuring this out with you. Feel free to ask your spirit guides for help, figuring out what this emotion is that's kind of been holding you back lately, or pulling you into an excess mindset, which sometimes could be a lack mindset or scarcity mindset of like not enough, sort of thing. So take a look at this. But this miracle, don't worry about that. That will happen. You wouldn't even have to do anything for this miracle to occur. Victory is assured, but if you want to arrive at this place a little bit more balanced, you're doing the work. It looks like it's not something that you do for recognition. Just take a look inside your heart. It wants to tell you something. There's something there. Spirit, can I have a magical message for pile number one, please, Spirit? A closing magical message for pile number one. Please have it flip for them. There we go. Darling, there's a reason for the dreams you carry in your heart. Honor them. Your heart really came through here today. And it's interesting because Six of Pentacles is not your feelings or emotions. The only card that really talks about feelings or emotions it was the hidden one, which was the King of Cups. And your heart is really trying to tell you something. Your heart is really trying to connect with you right now. So it might be important. I know that you might feel like it might be Pandora's box looking in there, but honor your heart. Honor it because it has beautiful things in there. It stores all the most amazing feelings you've ever felt. Your heart has them in store for you. Don't be afraid to feel the best you've ever felt, the most you've ever felt. Find that balance of day-to-day life. Find that balance. Don't go down in shame. Don't spiral into shame. Alright, pile number one. That is your message. I hope to see you guys again soon in another reading. If you guys like this reading, if it resonated with you, please leave me a like. If you found this reading helpful, please leave me a comment. It really helps me grow my channel and be able to do more readings like this. And I would really, really love to continue to do this for you guys. All right. Thank you, pile number one. I really appreciate you. Much, much luck. Much, much love. You got this. You fucking got this. All right. See ya. Hi, pile number Hi, pile number two. You chose the second card, and the card says, "Shout it out, sister. Let your voice be heard." I will say for this one, it actually took a while for it to come out. And I find it pretty fitting with. Make sure this stays in. You guys can see it properly. All right. Oh no. Candle kind of tilted. Hi, pile number two. You chose the second pile, and your card says, "Shout it out, sister. Let your voice be heard." So first, we're going to be doing energy check, and if the energy resonates with you, then we're going to dive into what is it that is holding you back, and get some messages for you. We're going to be closing out with guidance from spirit and a magical message from the universe. All right, let me just shuffle your deck. All right, spirit. What is currently holding back pile number two? Spirit, what is currently holding back pile number two? All right, pile number two. I'm just gonna read you your the card that you chose from the little book, and if the energy feels like you, the message feels like something you're currently going through, then this pile is for you. If it doesn't, and it's kind of confusing you more, then do not try to make a message fit. Perhaps this is not your pile. Perhaps there's no message for you this time. I'll make sure to make another video like this one so that you can find the messages that you need. All right, shout it out, sister. Let your voice be heard. Speak up, beginning in a way that feels familiar to you. For example, you could write to yourself, share your thoughts with a friend, express yourself on social media, or participate in collective actions. The only person who will be stunned by your silence is you. Kittens begin to meow at the onset of weaning. Interestingly, this vocalization is not commonly used by adult cats in their natural interactions with each other. Instead, meowing has evolved into a specialized form of communication directed primarily towards humans. Each cat possesses a unique meowing repertoire with sounds that can vary significantly from one feline to another, and each tailored to elicit a specific response from their human companions. Through their vocalization, cats convey a range of emotions and intentions, such as greeting their owners, expressing frustration or displeasure, or seeking attention. Over time, they learn to associate certain types of meows with specific outcomes. And plaintive cry might prompt a door to be opened. A plaintive cry might prompt a door to be opened. A demanding yowl could lead to a treat being offered, or a gentle mew might invite a loving stroke. This clever adaptation showcases the cat's ability to communicate its needs and desires effectively, reinforcing the bond between them and their human caregivers. The energy that I got from your pile really was kind of holding back a type of conversation, holding back a kind of uh, words, whether it's to express anger, to express love, to express sadness, to express grief, to express dissatisfaction. It looks like you are currently holding back from speaking your truth. I think perhaps this is something that has been an issue for you most of your life, if not all of your life, and this is something that is currently holding you back. If you're in this energy and this resonates with you, let's dive a little deeper. Oh, I just realized I dropped the water and my Nine of Cup cards is getting wet, as if they were like, you know, like when you cry. It looks like it's actually being absorbed by my Nine of Cups card. I just got a mental image of when you're looking at the ocean and a really big wave comes in and you're looking at those, I'm not sure what their specific name is, but they're just big rocks, and you can see the waves crashing onto these big rocks, and sometimes the back of that rock really takes that hit, but the front of the rock, the one facing away from the wave, you just see the water kind of it's like a gentle pour from the top of that rock onto the back into the ocean itself. So it looks to me, it reminds me of just like crying, of like when you really cannot hold back tears and they just keep coming. It's like waves that crash onto the back of that rock, and in the front they just it's displayed as like this pouring of through like oh my god, it's right here in the rocks like this. That's crazy, right here. So imagine a big wave crashing onto this rock, and the front will then just pour out like this in one streak, as if it were like tears. They could be tears of happiness, they could be tears of sadness. My throat chakras closing up, as if when you're trying to get words out, but your emotions are the ones holding them back, the words back in. All right, pile number 2. We have the Four of Wands, Nine of Cups, and Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands looks so in her power. Really, really grounded. The Queen of Wands is brave. She's not scared of anything. She is a fiery queen. She is confident in her ability. She's confident in her body. She's confident in her skills. She's confident in crisis. She can really hold this power and this stance in these moments of high intensity. Let's say she kind of thrives in that. We have the Four of Wands, and this is a card of sort of coming home, like being welcomed, being in a place where you belong. We have the Nine of Cups, and this is more of a card of like wish fulfillment, emotional, deep in your heart desire, kind of wish fulfillment of self, not with another person, but of self. Think of your heart's true desires, kind of remembering who you are, remembering your soul's true identity. That is sort of what the Nine of Cups is about. Remembering your soul's wish, remembering your heart's desire, remembering who you are, and completing that, finding peace in that, following that, being that. That's what the Nine of Cups is about. Shout it out, sister. Let your voice be heard. For anybody watching that doesn't resonate with the female gender, please don't feel like this excludes you. Gender, again, is a social construct. And when people say masculine or feminine energies, it really is just yin and yang energies. I don't think we have the language for it, the proper language for it. So please don't ever feel like those energies exclude you, or people are not thinking of you in that sense. We all have masculine and feminine energies. We should find better wording for them, to be honest, so they feel more appropriate, not like to nowadays, but to what their true essence is. With that being said, what is holding you back from fully being in your power? I think you're trying to I'm always going to try to get the messages that you guys need to hear, not what you want to hear. So if I'm being perfectly honest, and this is not everybody, this could be for a couple of you guys, but it sounds like it's something like people pleasing. It sounds like you're trying to find your place in the world, and it's almost like you're making yourself smaller. You're trying to please too many people, and they always say, like, there's this saying of like, when you try to please so many people, no one ends up pleased, not even yourself. So keeping in mind that people are never pleased, you can never satisfy everybody. That makes it a whole lot easier to find satisfaction for self, because you're the only person that can know how you like something, how you don't like something, but you cannot figure that out for someone else, even if you want to, even if they want you to. That is a job for the self. Self-discovery is a beautiful gift that we should never try to take away from other people. So even in these readings, if something that I'm telling you just does not resonate with your heart, do not take it. That message is not for you. You will know when something hits home for you. You will know it in your heart, in your bones. You will know. There won't be a question. It's just a matter of, that makes sense. I feel like that's what happened. That's what's happening to me. Let me figure out if this is true to me. Being a Queen of Wands is not something that you like have to figure out how to be. You kind of have this within you already. It's just a matter of taking off the veils of what society wants from you, what your parents want from you, what your person wants from you, what your job wants from you. Stripping all of that off, really looking at the core of things and asking, am I happy? Is this my heart's desire? Is this my wish fulfillment emotionally? Am I emotionally fulfilled here? Does this emotionally fulfill me? You can, and for those of you who this is about a relationship, you can be in a relationship that is beautiful, that is, the love is mutual perhaps, but there is some kind of emotional unfulfilling portion of it. Listen to that. I'm not saying leave this person, but what I am saying is don't ignore it. Dive deep into this. Figure out what this is. Figure out what is it that your heart is asking you, that it wants to feel. I'm not saying leave this person, find someone else to feel this with. What I'm saying is you are currently not giving this to your heart. You, not your other person, not something that a new person can give you. It's something that you are keeping from you. And it's this sense of belonging, this sense of being this bad bitch that you are. And bad bitch is gender fucking neutral. That is gender neutral. Don't ever keep yourself from being a bad bitch just because you think that you don't, that this not is not a vibe that you connect with because it's about being a woman and you don't resonate with that. No. Being a bad bitch is being that fucking baddie that stands up for what they believe in. Being that fucking baddie that says something when someone's being hurt. Being that fucking baddie that stands up and defends others when they need defending. But it also means defending yourself. It also means speaking up and protecting yourself, even from a community that you once called home, even from a community that you just found home in. Being your true authentic self is the biggest gift that you can give someone else. Trying to protect others from your fiery nature of your bad bitchery is really just keeping them from getting to know that portion of you. And if that is something that they are trying to have access to but watered down, then they're not someone that you should really be along carrying like in your life long term, because being inauthentic in relationships, especially ones that you believe to be a wish fulfillment, one where you believe to be home, that means that in your most sacred space of what you call home, you cannot be this Queen of Wands. How are you ever going to become this Empress? How are you ever going to showcase the love and the fiery nature of your passion if you cannot allow yourself to step into something, allow your heart to speak its truth for fear that it will be looked down upon? That's not you being loved for you. That's just you being loved for the digestible version that you are showcasing to whoever these people are. Give them a chance to get to know you. And if that's not something they resonate with, if then you find out that they're the ones keeping you from becoming this Queen of Wands, then take action as that Queen of Wands. Then that's when you create those boundaries. And if that is scary, take your time. There's no rush. There's no shame here. You're in a collective reading. There's others that are out there experiencing the exact same thing that you are. If you guys resonate with this message, please leave perhaps a flame in the comments, hoping that people see that you're not alone. There's other people there who are experiencing the exact same thing that you are. And this world really needs more authenticity. That's one of the purest, most beautiful energies that you can be in. So showcase this bad bitch that you are. Do not allow your heart. You see how this is lit up right here? And then it's also used as jewelry right here. It's almost like here, it's like your heart is shining through. It's really showing you something that it wants, that it needs. Here you're wearing it as like almost like armor. Like you can't, it's clothing. It's not shining from the inside, but it is being showcased as if it was. And there's so many of it, almost like when you're like when someone lies and they're just like adding more and it just kind of like starts crumbling, details don't start making sense, all this stuff, because it's this excess of energy being poured into something to distract. Here it's so pure. Here it's just, you don't even have to put it on your clothes. It just shines through your body into the literal images that other people are seeing. Here you're just, that is so solidified in who you are That is just a part of you that it has like now manifested into this very tangible, very real, and very valuable item that the Queen of Wands is wearing. Do not feel shame. Do not let shame try to drag you down and keep you stuck for another 2 weeks. There's no shame in not speaking up. Sometimes it's scary out there. We've been programmed to fear being on our authentic selves. It's scary to be yourself out there in this world, but it looks like you found some community that you feel like is home. So let's find out if it is. And if it's not, then you don't waste any more time in there. But at least you know the truth. And your heart knows the truth. Alright, Spirit, can I please get some guidance for pile number 2? Can we please get some guidance for pile number 2, Spirit? Boundaries. Pew, 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 pew. Your boundaries can be made up of anything. Your boundaries can be made up of flowers, if you want them to. Boundaries number 4. I don't know why I said that, but it's true. You know how sometimes people, instead of putting fences, they'll put bushes, and sometimes those bushes grow flowers. And then your boundary, it's a beautiful wall of flowers. Today's time traveling takes us to the Great Wall of China in the year 1600 CE. The size of this is almost unbelievable. Oh my God, there's literally flowers here. It's estimated to be 13,000 miles. There are some places where it is too narrow for anyone to walk alongside its crest. Other places where only a single person can walk along the top, and other places where 10 warriors could walk shoulder to shoulder. So it goes from some places only one person can walk. Some places there's 10 that can walk shoulder to shoulder. That's crazy. It was built as a fortification against the nomadic tribes from the Eurasian steppe. Oh, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. We decided to walk on the white part of this wall, which originally was a series of walls. It feels powerful and mighty to see the strong, fortified wall go as far as the eye can see in both directions, undulating over mountains and valleys. A man is up in one of the watchtowers. He looks down on us, but we just wave. He waves back and allows us to continue. Having personal boundaries can give you a sense of control over the physical space around you, your body, and your feelings. It means that you establish what feels best for your own destiny and clearly express this to others kindly, yet firmly. It's not only important to maintain boundaries with others, but also in regard to personal decisions about your actions and behaviors in life. This card suggests that it is time to examine your boundaries in life to make certain that they are neither too rigid nor too slack. It's also important to communicate openly with others what your boundaries are so they don't need to make assumptions or second guess them. This is literally what we're talking about. It is also important to communicate openly with others what your boundaries are so they don't need to make assumptions or second guess them. Walk your talk and speak your truth with kindness. Others will appreciate you for this, and your soul will thank you. That's beautiful. Don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of here. It looks like you really did find some people that are starting to create something really beautiful with you. a sense of belonging, a sense of home, a sense of stability and safety. You being honest about where your boundaries are is just another way to maintain this beautiful harmony that you're in. If you hold back, then you leave your community, your people, your person no choice than to assume what your boundaries are and try to read you. And now, instead of being fully present in their relationship, they have to try to dissect to make sure that they can see if you are safe, because you are not telling them if you feel safe. It's an act of trust. It's an act of love, vulnerability. I saw this video with Emma Watson from Harry Potter. Oh, and so interesting. I literally thought of Harry Potter, The Order of the Phoenix, while making this pile 2. So that actually makes a lot of sense. Emma Watson was kind of saying something like how connections are about being brave enough to be vulnerable every day and risking that relationship every day by showing up authentically and honestly, and hoping that this new thing that you found of yourself, or this new, or whatever it is that you're feeling safe enough in that relationship is important, so that you may expand and explore yourself. And you can do that by being vulnerable with your person. It's an act of bravery. All right, pile 2. Spirit, can I get magical message for pile 2 from the universe? Spirit, can I get a magical message? Woo! Oh my God. First of all, let's just appreciate the imagery here. Look at what she has in her hand. Magic. Look at all the beauty around her. There's so much magic. Natural magic, spiritual magic, magical self. Do the things that intimidate you, because what's waiting on the other side is magic. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, pile 2, for joining me today. I really hope that this message helped. If this message resonated, please give me a like. If it resonated as well, please leave a comment. I'd love to see if you guys can connect with each other in the comments with me. I'd love to see that these messages are helping you find you. I'm really grateful to be able to do this. It really is humbling to be able to see the journey that other souls are in, and how big those journeys are, how beautiful those journeys are, and how magical those journeys are. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys. Hi, pile number 3. You chose the 3rd card, which is why you're pile number 3. Your card says, show your claws, defend yourself, safeguard what is yours. So we're gonna make sure this stays right there. So how this is gonna go is we're gonna do an energy check, and if the energy check sounds like you, then you found your pile. If it does not, then if there was another pile that you felt called to, feel free to check that one out. If you did not feel called to another pile and this is not your pile, then unfortunately this reading is probably not for you this time. But please make sure to sign up for notifications for my channel, because I will be posting more of these. Perhaps you're seeing this video, so you'll be alerted when the very next one of these videos comes out, and you're able to find your pile there. All right, now we're ready. Sorry about that, pile number 2. Oh, pile number 2. If you felt called to, please check out pile number 2. One of the cards from pile number 2 actually just flipped out. Pretty interesting. Might be some messages there for you. Even if this pile resonates with you and you still feel called to pile 2, check it out. There might be something there for you that Spirit might want you to see. Spirit, what is currently holding back pile number 3? What is currently holding back pile number 3? Okay. Alright. Gonna get one more card. Can I get clarification for judgment, please, Spirit? Clarification for judgment. Oh, can I get a clarification for temperance, please, Spirit? All right. 43. Oh no, it's 13. And keep in mind, 43 is actually power saving mode, guard against low battery. So that's pretty interesting. But no, this is actually number 13. All right, pile number 3. Show your claws, defend yourself, safeguard what is yours. Don't be afraid to stand your ground and protect yourself by letting others know you don't like what they're doing. If you weren't heard when you said no, it's time to show your claws. Catitude. Cats possess a nuance and repertoire of visual communication that is essential for understanding their behaviors and emotions. Interpreting social cues can be challenging for them, which makes it crucial to pay close attention to key indicators. Slow blinking of a cat's eye is often a sign of trust and affection, while wide eyes may suggest fear or surprise. Ears facing forward typically indicate curiosity or friendliness, whereas ears flattened against their head can signal fear or aggression. A tail held high generally signifies confidence and contentment. A puffed up tail may indicate an agitated state, and slowly waving tail can express curiosity. A relaxed body with limbs outstretched and arched back may indicate comfort and relaxation, while a tense posture with crouched legs can suggest anxiety or defensiveness. When approaching a cat, it's important to respect their boundaries and allow them to sniff and become familiar with your scent. This will signal that you are not a threat. Cats are naturally independent creatures and may not always seek affection. Forcing physical contact can lead to behavioral issues. All right. Just give me a moment to tap into your energy. So for this pile, I actually really felt called to the movie Shrek. There is something really interesting the way that Shrek is portrayed in this movie. The beginning of it, he kind of leans into that stereotypical belief of ogres, that they are monsters, and that they are gross, or that they live a specific way. And Shrek, really what he does is he kind of finds safety and comfort in that space, because it, like, keeps people away from him, to where he doesn't really have to be vulnerable with anybody, because it's safer if he's not, but he's able to live a pretty like dreamlike, in his mind, a pretty dreamlike life. He's happy to be alone. He's happy and content with his space. He is fulfilled. And he prefers for people to see him as this monster, because it really does take a lot of energy to try to show yourself to somebody, and then wait to see if they receive it properly. But the interesting part here is that if these people don't see Shrek in his true light of a gentle, caring being, who will even put up with Donkey even though he's annoying, you know what I mean? He finds love for him and care for him, true long-lasting friendship with Donkey. If people don't see Shrek the way he truly is, then he does find himself in like, or people put him in these circumstances where his safety is like threatened, even though he is just being himself, because of the way he looks, because of the way he acts. Perhaps he's different, and that puts like, quote unquote, like a target on his back. I think there's something to learn here about solitude being a pretty rewarding space, and for you to see that maybe there is something about you that triggers people or something. There's like a specific like human like those Meyer, what are they called? I'll look them up, but it's like a specific personality that sometimes you can be a mirror, so sometimes you can be something that if people get in your energy, regardless of you doing something or not, they might feel triggered by your light, by who you are, by how confident you are. And sometimes when people see shiny things, they might it might trigger an insecurity of theirs. Regardless of that, that is not on you. That does not mean that you need to shine less. Quite the opposite, actually. It means that your light is so bright that it triggers insecurity in others, and that is a good thing. I want to make sure that you guys hear this. This is a good thing. For people being triggered is not something that we should shy away from. Being triggered is information, it's data, and it's telling you something that you might not have seen otherwise. If your emotional body is telling you this is something that triggers me, it's not a matter of removing it completely, it's understanding why. Why is this triggering you? Where is it coming from? What does it make you feel? These questions are important because there's something about you. And this is all these cards are major arcana. So this is something that it's not like human behavior to human behavior. There's something else, another layer on top of it. The divine is coming into play here, and it's something that they're kind of asking you to, when they're saying defend yourself, safeguard what is yours. You are important, you are valuable, you are a divine being having a human experience. You deserve to feel safe. You deserve to be valued in the spaces that you walk into, and you do not need to shrink yourself to fit into these spaces. You do not need to shrink yourself to keep yourself safe. There is moments in which being like, you can be like a chameleon, you can make yourself fit into these spaces, but even then your light, your actual light, the divine will take play in like guarding you from harm. And if you, how can I put this? this is a pretty divine path for you. For pile 1 and 2, it kind of felt more like very one-on-one, human to human experience, like keeping yourself safe or doing something, changing something, reevaluating something, to then readjust for self, or treatment for others. Here, the divine is at play. So judgment, it could be that you're facing harsh judgment because of the way that your light shines. And the way that our light shines is supposed to be unique. We're supposed to highlight different facets of what humans are. We're not all the same. The fact that we all, the fact that if you look outside, people seem pretty similar, it shouldn't be like that. That's literally statistically impossible for us to all be the same. We are supposed to be unique. We are human beings that have, even, you know, like siblings who grow up with the same, raised by the same parents, are all, they could be different. They could have different experiences of the same moment. That's how unique we are. So for judgment, we have the Hierophant. That's pretty interesting. So that usually talks about like religion, or something like societal structures that keep us sheltered, or keep us small, or keep us from being our authentic self. It could be, the most common one is religion. They keep us, like, let's say, asleep, because there is truth in all religions. Religion is just a way to try to connect with the divine, but it's kind of like, there's this image that comes to mind, like religion is like when you put like a fish in like a tank, but spirituality or the divine or God or whatever it is that you believe in, whatever higher being, is more like the ocean. So it's expansive, it's not restrictive. When I'm seeing the Judgment card and the Hierophant right underneath, it really shows that whatever is holding you back right now from your intuition, from your creativity, from your authentic, highest, let's say, vibration or frequency, whatever's, look at vibration and frequency like when you're tuning one of those old radios and you're trying to see where, like, say 98.1 or whatever is at, but you're kind of getting close to it, so you kind of hear the song but it's kind of like choppy. And once you get to the actual 98.1 station, then the song comes in clear. It looks like you are receiving messages, like you're pretty intuitive, but it looks like the tuning is just a little, like you're like on 98.2 or 98.3, and in order to get it to a way where it flows, your intuition flows, it's looking into this very real. It could be pretty heavy because it's something that's tied to something that you can't really change about yourself, nor should you try to. It's something that is who you are, and it's just kind of finding love and so much care for self that you want to protect something so pure about yourself. That's how the divine sees you, as your true authentic self is this pure light being. And if this beautiful self feels shame because it doesn't fit into the distorted world that we live in, then it sounds like maybe part of your soul's mission is to shine your light in the way that you are, without the shame of it, without these barriers or restrictive chains of who you are. And it's like, it almost seems like her third eye has like some kind of like black ink that's like spilling through, running down to her, between her eyes and down her nose. It might be keeping you, this shame, this whatever is keeping you from fully accepting the body that you're in, perhaps your sexuality, perhaps your gender, whatever is stopping you from accepting, truly accepting self, is what's holding you back. Because if you truly felt no shame about this, then you would bring out your claws. If look at it as like this very true expression of self. If someone that you loved, let's say it was sexuality, for example, if someone that you loved came to you and told you that, very straightforward, like, and you can see this clearly, how them not accepting their sexuality is keeping them from truly loving themselves, truly embracing self. And you can see how the shame is holding them back. If you would see this from a loved one, you would encourage them to see themselves the way that you see them, through loving eyes, through care and compassion. You would see them as a human being who needs to be told that there's nothing wrong with them. I see the Temperance card, which talks about balance, peace, really pouring, give and take, receive, being and doing perfect balance with the divine. We have the Hangman, which talks about seeing things from a different perspective. And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Wands is a fiery queen. She is brave, and she is courageous, and she is so confident in herself that it shows. Like, she is gorgeous, and she is wearing these fine, silky, beautiful robe, and it almost drapes out. It takes up space. It takes up so much space that it literally goes outside of the card. With this Queen of Wands, I really think that this is something that you're keeping yourself from being. Like, it's almost like you feel like becoming this Queen of Wands is like, whoa, that's too much power. Whoa, that is too much me. That's excessive. That is extra. Be extra. Why would you want to be less? Why would you want to be a third of who you are instead of your full self? I know that sometimes we face judgment for being our true authentic self. I understand this. I am part of the queer community. I don't want to insert myself into your reading, but I want to show you the compassion that you deserve, that there's others out there who you're not alone. And your pain might be, your shame or pain or whatever's holding you back, whatever emotion has this hold on you, is trying to tell you that you're alone in this, but it's lying to you. You're not. You're not alone. The color of your skin, the language that you speak, where you were born, who you love, your gender expression. These are all things that resonate with, oof, I think that was some fireworks. These are all things that we sometimes face harsh criticism for, but these are all things that we cannot change about ourselves. It is who we are. It is who we were when we were little. We came like that. And there was, when you're little, you're kind of just here thinking like, okay, I want to play, I want to have a good time, I want to be me, and those things start getting overshadowed by the societal fucking expectations or sayings or rules or whatever the fuck that is keeping all of us in this mental prison, because it's all fucking made up. It's all made up. None of it was fucking here before we were here. Try to see it from a different perspective. Imagine someone you love coming to you, telling you the things that you are, the things that you believe yourself to be, and how would you talk to them? Imagine your younger self sitting there across from you, telling you they feel shame about who they are. What is the truth, though? What is the truth in your heart? What do you truly believe? Do you truly believe that these things are shameful? I think you think these things are just an expression of self. When people say love is love, love really is just love. Truly loving someone and having them truly love you back, that's one of the purest forms of expression. There is nothing wrong. I saw this video once that said that queer love is proof that God is real. If you can face criticism and face like rebel against your upbringing, like say your restrictive religious parents or belief systems that tell you that it's wrong or it's shameful or it's a sin, if you can stand up and be brave and defend a love like that, if that is a motivation of yours, that it's literally your body wanting to express love, which is so pure and it's so beautiful. Let's get some guidance for you, pal number 3. Thank you for being here. I really hope that you find some community here. I really hope that you see that you're loved, that you're valuable, you're appreciated, and you're so needed right now. True expression of self and loving that expression of self is so needed right now in this world. And if this is your soul mission, you will get there. You will get there. You will be able to do this. First step is awareness. You got this. You got this. Step by step. Don't feel pressured. Don't feel shame right now. Don't use your energy to shame yourself right now. That is wasted energy. All right, Spirit, can I get some guidance, please, for pile number 3? Let me get a sip of water really quick. Spirit, can I please get some guidance for pile number 3? Trust. That is beautiful. Look at this sunlight. Look at the rays of sunlight hitting the water and then reflecting back. Trust. Number 41. Here we go. If you find yourself in an unfamiliar situation, you're feeling a little scared, trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in your power. The more you show up for yourself, the more you defend yourself, the more that you start filing your claws and you continue to show up for yourself. You continue to have this moment of realization where you have the right to exist and you love yourself. Try maybe doing some like affirmations in the morning. Write it down that you have the right to exist. There's also this beautiful quote. Let me make a note. Super empowering quote. I actually have it printed and framed it in my bathroom. Self-care is super, super, super important for this pile. Perhaps have some affirmations and put them on your mirror in the bathroom for when you're brushing your teeth. Just look at them and really feel them in your heart that you have the right to be here. You are beautiful. Just put I love myself. I respect myself. I deserve respect. I deserve love. I have the right to exist. I have the right to be happy. All right, pile number 3. Today's journey is making us a bit nervous. Oh, nervous. Even though as time travelers, we know we are safe, we feel so small and exposed as we join a Polynesian canoe on its voyage across the vast Pacific Ocean. Oh my God, this is literally what we were talking about. Thank you, Spirit. It feels so good. Okay, our sense of trepidation, however, is quickly assuaged. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm also ESL. English is not my first language. So I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Quickly assuaged by the expertise and competence of the Polynesian sailors on board with us. The voyagers assure us that they are part of a culture that has been exploring the oceans in this way for thousands of years. They use this outrigger or double-hulled canoes, plotting their course by the stars and through observation of birds, ocean swells, and wind patterns. I read better than this, but not right now, apparently. They also rely on a large body of knowledge from oral traditions, often in the form of songs. What's amazing to us is the sense of confidence and trust these travelers have. Even though there are so many uncertainties on the voyage, fluctuations in the weather can range from turbulent storms to calms that leave them trapped for many days. Yet they are self-reliant in their odysseys and somehow almost always reach a destination. The time traveler's message is, this is not the time to stay in the safe harbor in your life. Trust that you are being guided. Unfurl your sails and go forward. You are protected as you ride the currents of your soul. Trust that this is the perfect time to plan a journey or vacation or move in a different direction, either in your location or your job. If you have been thinking of a trip or a move, this card is verifying that it is the right time. A voyage of epic nature is ahead. It might be an emotional, spiritual journey. It might be an emotional, spiritual journey rather than a physical odyssey. However, this card is saying that there are no wrong turns as you move forward. Your soul will thank you. If you're afraid of or uncertain, know that right now you are surrounded by spiritual guides and angels. You are safe, even if your travels go in a different direction than you expected. Have faith that you will go exactly where you need to go. Trust that your journey is guided. That's so beautiful. Another affirmation you guys can do is I am safe, I am loved, and I am protected. And so it is. That one is huge. It's really super helpful for reminding you that you are safe, that you are loved, and that you are protected. So it is. All right, thank you so much, Spirit, for that. We're gonna put this card. Make sure you guys can see it. Yep. And then we're gonna get one more card, magical message from the universe. Spirit, can I please get a magical message from the universe to pile 3? Please, Spirit, can I get a magical message from the universe to pile 3? Oh my God, we got 2. We're gonna keep and we're gonna look at the images first. For those of you who are looking, we have this beautiful woman. Looks like she is in the physical realm, then stepping onto, or not even stepping onto, being curious about this portal opening up. She seems like, whoa, is this a portal? Interesting. But she is like curious about it. She's not fully going through or stepping through, but she is not afraid to wonder what could happen if she does walk through it. The other image, let's see what this book says. Did you forget all you had to go through to be you? All the good things. You have no idea. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Did you forget who you are? Did you forget how wonderful you are? Did you forget everything that it took to make this wonderful being that is you? All right, let's read these messages. Trust. The divine is really, 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 really wanting you to know that you can trust them. You can trust you. All right, the message says, trust that when something ends, it isn't meant for you and your next expansion. Keep rising. Keep going. Okay, what if your strangeness is actually your brilliance? A portal that opens up to your genius. Oh, a portal that opens to your genius. So yeah, you guys are weird. I'm weird. That's a good thing. Being unique, being truly you, and being powerful in that, that's a gift. And we should honor the gifts that we have. Trust that when something ends, it isn't meant for you and your next expansion. You're growing. You're stepping onto something else. Perhaps there's people here that are going through an awakening. Perhaps there's people that are going through an activation. We're always growing and expanding, but it seems like some people, refuse, so they just kind of get stuck in a loop. But it looks like you are ready. You are ready to keep expanding. You're ready for that next step. Look at you here. What if your strangeness is actually your brilliance? A portal that opens to your genius. I saw a quote that said, what is it? Okay, now I don't remember. Oh, it said like, oh, I can't imagine how many women were like, back in the day were like lobotomized and they were actually geniuses. This is the time and space for a woman to truly expand and be the bad bitch she is. This is the first time in history that I can get this message across to you on my YouTube channel. Literally. A lot had to collide in order for you to be here. And I am so grateful for it. Show your magic. Because it looks like you have some magic inside you that needs to be shown. And if something ends, things end because you're magic, would you rather not be magical? Would you rather be smaller than you are now? Let your life expand. The moment, you know, with Shrek, how he stepped out and he found Fiona, all he was doing was trying to keep his home. And he found the love of his life. Thank you so much, Pile 3, for letting me read for you. I am so humbled by the experience of being able to be here for you and being able to get you these messages. Thank you so much for trusting me. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for staying all the way through. I love you guys. I hope that I can continue to help you guys out. And the next step, this is just a baby step, and the next baby step, and the next baby step, and next thing you know, you're this beautiful being of light, radiating through the universe. If you guys like this reading, please leave me a like. If you guys felt drawn to my messages, please leave me a comment. It really helps out my channel. I really want to continue doing this for you guys. I really want to keep showing up and being here, providing some much needed messages. So I would love your support in that with just a like or a comment. It really means the world to me. Thank you so much, Pile 3, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.